Hi, 7th graders. Today's lesson is about diagramming sentences with our third set of examples and our third round of this. The first day on Tuesday, we worked on the subject and the verb. Wednesday, we added in direct objects and adjectives. And now today, we're adding in indirect objects. Direct objects always answer the question, what? Whatever the verb is, did what, okay? The indirect object answers the question, who. So it's who did it. So the subject, the verb, and the verb did it, did what to whom. Okay, so that is what we're looking at. I'm going to give you examples to help explain this. All right, so when you're thinking about this, you're going to still be doing the same things we did the last 2 days, but you're adding in another layer. Okay, so the first one is Ronnie handed the dog a treat. Now you still need to remember all your adjectives here, but you're also adding in an indirect object with the who. So Ronnie is your subject, so you would write Ronnie here is your subject. And then the verb, your action word is here, so your verb is handed. And then remember with direct objects, we can just draw that next line. And handed what? What answers the question for the direct object. So that's your treat. And that's your DO. Now remember, there's this word here is an article, like an adjective, ADJ. So what do we have left? We have handed the dog. So the dog is who, which is your indirect object. So you connect that to your verb. So you're going to draw a line down and over. And you're going to put dog on this slanted line over, I-O. You're not just going to do a slanted line because that means it's an adjective. You're going to do a line down and then over for dog, for the who, for your indirect object. But then it's the dog, so under the dog, we have to do the for your adjective. Okay, and I will include this. I'll take a picture of this with all the examples I give you, and I'll include that on your assignment for today to help you understand how to do this and have some reference. If you have questions, you can email me about that. So our next sentence is Mrs. Walsh gave Carol a cookie. Okay. So there's our sentence. So we're going to start our line here, okay? So Mrs. Walsh is our subject. All right, you're going to separate it, and then we're going to put our verb here. So handed, or gave, I'm sorry, handed was the last one. Gave is your verb. And then what? Gave what? So cookie. So cookie goes here, and it's a direct object. Okay, now a cookie, so we have to do our slanted line with the letter A for a, which is an adjective, right? Describing what kind of a cookie. All right, now who did she give the cookie to? So that's going to be line down and over, and then you're going to write Carol here, and Carol is your indirect object. Okay, there's no word before Carol, so you don't have to add an adjective there. So this would be a complete diagrammed sentence for this one. So Mrs. Walsh, subject, gave is your verb, cookie is your direct object. Off of verb, your indirect object is Carol, and then is an adjective describing cookie. All right, so that's your second example. I have 2 more. Hopefully these help you, and seeing them on that attached document hopefully helps as well. So Rob wrote Jane a letter. Okay, so there's our sentence. So Rob again is your subject to start. Wrote is your action word, so that's your verb. Wrote what? What is the letter? So that is your direct object. All right, so is before letter, so again we have an adjective here. And wrote who? So Jane is our indirect object. So that goes off of our verb. And then you put an IO for indirect object. So that is our diagram for this sentence. Okay, I have one more. So the last one has a little bit more to help you see this differently. Okay, so John hugged his mom. Okay, so John is your subject. Hugged is your action word. That's your verb. Okay, hugged what? Did he hug something? No. Hugged who is his mom. So we're going to go like this. Put mom here. And then his is describing mom, so that would be an adjective under here. So in this sentence, there is no direct object, there's only an indirect object. You can have both an indirect and a direct object. You can just have a direct object. You can just have an indirect object. So just be aware of that when you're doing these. Now, you still may have adjectives describing things like his mom. You know, the purple letter. The and purple would go under letter. If there was, you know, the last example that I did. So just remember, any words that are describing nouns are adjectives that need to be diagrammed. Every single word in the sentence needs to have a place in your diagram. I made the sentences for today's assignment a little simpler, like what I just showed you, so that we can get used to the indirect objects. And then tomorrow we will add in adverbs that describe verbs. So that'll be our last one for diagramming sentences for now. I'm just trying to teach you some of the basic ideas, just so you know each role that each word plays in sentences. If you have any questions, just let me know. Reflective journal entries were due on Wednesday, and then every day this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you have a diagramming sentence assignment that you should be turning in with a picture of your work. You can either submit it by email to me, or if you want to take the picture and attach it to the Google Classroom assignment, you can do that as well. So I should get 4 different assignments from you, or if you want to do them all and turn them in together on one email, that's okay too. I just need 4 assignments in this week for diagramming sentences in addition to your reflective journal. Okay. If you have any questions, just send me a message. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care.